Today we will be unboxing and installing a set of off-road whip lights on a UTV. Included in the box is a remote control, the product manual, colored flags, whip light base mount, flag mounting clamps, whip lights, and the control module. The installation is performed on a UTV desert off-road vehicle developed by Maxpeedingrods. The tools required for this whip light installation are specific to the vehicle setup. The tools required are zip ties, a medium-duty electric impact wrench, an H4mm socket, some electrical tape, a utility knife, a Phillips screwdriver, a 10mm wrench, a 19mm wrench, and a set of diagonal cutters. Before installing the whip lights, wiring needs to be routed. Power must be first taken from the electrical distribution area. First, remove this side panel. Use a medium H4mm socket with a medium electric impact wrench to remove the side panel. Remove all the mounting bolts from the side panel. Once all the fasteners are removed, take off the side panel. Once the side panel is removed, we can take out the whip light mounting base. First, we need to find a suitable mounting hole. Once we do that, we can remove the nut and washer and insert the base into the hole. Now we repeat the same step on the other side. Now install the hardware in the order of spring washer, flat washer, and nut on the bottom side of the base. Then with a 19mm wrench, tighten the mounting base nuts. Once they're fully tightened, repeat the same steps on the other side. Before installing the whip lights, disconnect the connectors between the control module harness and the whip light harness. Next, install the control module and connect its power supply. The two thicker wires, the red wire connects to the positive power supply and the black wire connects to the negative ground. There are also 4 smaller wires. The 2 yellow wires connect to the left and right turn signals. The white wire connects to the reverse light, and the red wire connects to the brake light. All of these connect to the respective positive signals. Mount the control module in a suitable location using zip ties. The module can also be mounted using screws if that's preferred. Choose the mounting method that works best for you. Once the zip ties are tightened, use the diagonal cutters to trim off the excess. Now we need to locate the brake light turn signal and reverse light wiring harness. Strip the insulation carefully from the vehicle's harness wires using a utility knife to strip the outer insulation. Continue stripping the wire until all the wires are bare. Once we are done stripping the wires, we can now use a set of diagonal cutters to strip the module side of the wires. Now we just need to connect the module wires according to the identified vehicle lighting wires. Wrap the module wire onto the corresponding left turn signal wire. Once that is done, use electrical tape to insulate and protect the connection. Then proceed to continue connecting the remaining wires. After wrapping each connection, protect it with electrical tape. Repeat until the left turn signal, right turn signal, brake light, and reverse light connections are completed. Once you have weatherproofed all of your connections, you can now fully secure the wiring harness down to wherever you need to. You can do that using zip ties. Once zip tied, you can use a pair of diagonal cutters to cut off the excess. Next, connect the power and ground for the control module. You may notice that the module power wires are too short. To remedy that, use a utility knife to carefully strip the outer sheathing of the module harness. Cut it to the desired length that you need. Once the wire is stripped back, we can now use a 10mm wrench to loosen the positive and negative terminal nuts. Now we can loosen the positive terminal nut and then the negative terminal nut. Use the diagonal cutters to strip the insulation back from the module's power wires. And then first connect the red wire to the positive terminal. Once secured, you can tighten it with a 10mm wrench. Repeating the same process on the other side, next connect the black wire to the negative terminal and then tighten the negative terminal with a 10mm wrench. This is a completed power and ground connection. Next, we can route and secure the module wiring and the whip light harness according to the vehicle layout. Secure the wiring with zip ties and then trim off the excess zip ties with the diagonal cutters. Now we can begin installing the whip lights. Before installation, pull the locking ring at the bottom of the whip light and then insert the whip light into the base. Then release the locking ring to lock it into place. Now we can repeat the same process on the other side. Next, we need to align the wiring connectors and connect them. You can see that there's a little nub on the top to help align the connectors. Once connected and twisted on, do the same thing on the other side. Now that the installation is done, we can proceed to the lighting demonstration. First, turn the lights on. Once you do that, you can now adjust the light brightness from there. There's also lots of dynamic lighting modes. You can also adjust the lighting effect speed. You can select different light colors. You can also do neon mode. There's also vehicle synced mode, including brake mode, reverse light mode, left turn signal mode, right turn signal mode, hazard mode, and that's it for the lighting demonstration. Next, we are installing the colored flag. First thing that we need to do is take a mounting clip and a bolt, and then insert the bolt into the mounting clip, and then insert the figure 8 ring. Once that is done, we can now install the nut, and then install the hook onto the figure 8 ring, and then clip the hook onto the flag. Repeat the same steps for the remaining mounting holes on both flags. This is the result after the flag installation. Now we can install the flag clamps onto the whip light. First, remove the nut and then position the clamp at the desired location, and then install the nut. Repeat the same steps for the upper clamp. Before fully tightening, rotate the clamp to adjust its position. Once positioned, use a Phillips screwdriver and a 10mm wrench to tighten the clamp. Remove the rubber cap, and then repeat the same steps for the other side clamp. This is the final result after the flag installation. Now we can reinstall the side panel. Use a medium H4 millimeter socket with a medium electric impact wrench to tighten the side panel bolt. Now that the side panel is installed, we will introduce how to use the Whip Light app. First, take out your phone and open the camera to scan the QR code on the module. Once you scan the code, tap the link and then open it in the App Store. Once you're in the App Store, download it and open the app. Once you open the app, you will enter the main interface. Once inside the app, tap the 3 dots on the top left corner. The first option is Group Management. You can set and rename groups here. The next option is Devices. You can search for and connect multiple devices. The gear icon on the top right is the settings. The first option is Shake. Shake the phone to connect the lights. The second option is Auto Connect. When enabled, the app automatically connects to the lights. When disabled, the connection is manual. The third option is Modify Pin Sequence. This allows you to adjust the lighting wire sequence. The fourth option is Pixels. This allows you to set the number of LEDs in your lights. The fifth option is Background. This allows you to adjust the app background color. The sixth option is Feedback. The seventh option is Help Center. The eighth option is Instructions, and the ninth option is About. The green dot is the light power switch. The green means that the lights are on, and the gray means that the lights are off. The color wheel allows RGB color adjustment. Tap here to adjust red. Tap here to adjust green. Tap the center to adjust blue. You can also fine-tune colors here. This slider controls brightness. Adjust the intensity as needed. This section shows commonly used color combinations. Below that are classic color presets. This selection selects the lighting modes. There are also many modes available to choose from. You can choose one based on your preference. The next slider controls animation speed. Sliding it to the left slows it down, whereas sliding it to the right speeds it up. The third option is Music Mode. The lights will react to the selected music on music mode, and music will also play through the app. The microphone option allows voice-controlled lighting. The timer option allows you to schedule lights on or off. You can select specific dates and times to set when you want the lights to turn on and off automatically. And these are all the functions of the Whip Light app. And now you're ready to take full advantage of the Maxpeedingrods Whip Lights.